Hi, this is Miss Ehrlich, and we're going to talk about radicals. Yay! So far there have been 3 or 4 radical questions in the past test, so it's good to know. Here it has 2 square roots of 108, and it wants us to do it in simplest radical form. And I'm going to show you my trick about how to make it in simplest radical form. First, you always do 108 divided by 1, and see what you get. And when you do that, you're going to hit the second square root of whatever your answer was. So we get a decimal, so we know it's not going to be that. Okay? Now we're going to do 108 divided by 2. Oops, I wrote this wrong. Okay? And then we get our 10.3. We don't care about that. 108 divided by 2, that gives us 54. So we say, okay, can we take the square root of 54? No. If we did, we get 7.3. So now we're going to do 108 divided by 3. We get 36. We say, can we take the square root of 36? Yes. Okay, so we know this is the biggest way we can separate it out. So we have 2 times, well, the square root of 108 is the same thing as saying the square root of 36 times the square root of 3. The square root of 36 is 6, and then we have our square root of 3. Now we just multiply. 2 times 6 is 12, square roots of 3, and that's it. Basically, I just did trial and error. 108 divided by 1, 108. Can I take the square root pretty? No. 108 divided by 2, that equals 54. Can I take the square root? No. 108 divided by 3, that equals 36. Could I take the square root? Yes. So I knew my numbers were 3 and 36. The square root of 36 was 6. Then we multiplied and got that. Here's a harder one. Here that we need to distribute. Wants us to do the indicated operation. So the easiest way to do this first is we have to distribute. So I'm going to distribute this times this, and this times this. So we have 3 times the square root of 7 times the square root of 14 plus 3 times the square root of 7 times 4 times the square root of 56. Let's see what we get when we do all this lovely math. Yay, lovely math, right? 7 times 14, because I'm multiplying radicals, I just multiply inside. This becomes 3 times the square root of 98. Here I'm going to multiply the whole numbers first. 3 times 4, I know in my head, is 12. Now I'm going to multiply the radicals together. 7 times 56. I know in here I'm going to get 392. Okay, first thing I do is set up my tables. Here's my table for 98. Can I take the square root of 98? Second square root of 98. Nope, I get a decimal. Now I see, can I take it of divided by 2? Well, 90 divided by 2 is 49. Can I take the square root of 49? I get 7. So yes, I know I can. So this is going to be 3 times the square root of 49 times the square root of 2. The square root of 49 is 7. 3 times 7 is 21. So now we know that this part is simplified. Now we've got to go over here. I'll say, okay, can we take the square root of 392? So the second square root, 392. Nope. So we know 1 and 392 don't work. Then I say, okay, what's 392 divided by 2? 196. Can I take the square root of 196? And get 14. So we have 12 times the square root of 196 times the square root of 2. We know the square root of 196 is 14. Now I got to multiply 12 times 14 together. Remember, all of these things are being added up. 12 times 14, 168, square roots of 2. Now I need to add these numbers up and just have the square root of 2 chill out afterwards. So we have 168 plus my 21 from the first term I'm left with 189 square roots of 2. That's kind of hard, but that's the answer. Okay? First we distributed, then we solved each one separately, and then we combined it. All right, here's one last one. Y times the square root of 3 minus the square root of 32 plus y square root of 27. So because this is a minus, I have to distribute the minus to each of these. So I have y square roots of 3 minus the square root of 32 plus y square roots of 27. Let's see how I can simplify it. This we can't simplify it anymore. It's stuck at 3. Let's see if we can simplify the 32. Well, I know I can't take the square root of 32. 2 goes into 32 16 times. The square root of 16 is 4. So I know I can break that down. So we have y square roots of 3 minus, well, this is the same thing as saying the square root of 16 times the square root of 2. Square root of 16 is 4. Square roots of 2, so we simplified that, and let's see what we can do for 27. Well, 1 and 27, I know that won't work. That's going to give me a decimal. That's not going to work. This will give me 9. The square root of 9 is 3. So I know that this is my pair. So we have y times the square root of 9 times the square root of 3. This is going to be y times 3 square roots of 3. Combine this. This is 3 y square roots of 3. Oh, wait, you didn't catch me. See how this negative here? This is supposed to be a negative. What was I thinking? That's a negative. That's a negative. Let me rewrite this. Y square roots of 3 minus 4 square roots of 2 minus 3y square roots of 3. Now we have this one, and this one we can combine because they have the same radical. So we're going to have negative 2y square roots of 3 minus 4 square roots of 2. And that is as much as we can simplify it. All right. Okay, that's it. We just finished our radical questions. Great job.